people who have been in a technical role all of their career to transition across into that sort of more that leadership capability and quality where they're required to have hard conversations with clients on fees and like talk to team about budgets and deadlines and like manage all that stuff. Typically technical people want to just turn up to work every day and do what they do best, which is smash projects out of the park. So I guess there's no silver bullet to that discussion, but you've just got to navigate it honestly and navigate it with the numbers and just sit down and talk them through the cap on there. G'day team, Josh here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to another episode of the Ignite podcast. Now today team, we're going to be talking about what to do with technical staff who want massive salaries. This one's interesting. We're fresh off a discussion with our boardroom members about this, so I've got a whole bunch of things that I want to share with you and a few different perspectives to think from. Let's get into it. So this one came from a discussion with our boardroom mastermind group. So we've got boardroom, and we've got a mastermind group for businesses doing over 2 million. So just bigger conversations, deeper conversations, that kind of thing in our mastermind group. So one of our members has had some really interesting discussions recently about a technical staff member who has approached him and said, I'm really valuable to the business. I want a massive pay rise. And it obviously sparked a lot of conversation within our group. And I just wanted to share with you the nuances and that sort of stuff that we talked through on that particular call. And this is an interesting one because it's balancing a number of things. It's balancing culture in the business. It's balancing staff progression. So staff always need to feel like they've got a future for themselves in your business. But it's also then balancing like the realistic nature of P&Ls, budgets, all that sort of thing. And to a certain point, there's only so much you can pay staff members unless they're obviously adding that extra value into the business. So let's talk it through. The reality is that technical people in your business add immense value. And that's just not rocket science. That's true. Like someone who is really good technically, who can solve incredible problems for your clients, who is good at what they do technically, that you can give them a project and they'll knock it out of the park and you don't really need to check it and you trust them, all those sorts of things. That resource in your business is invaluable. And I believe value should be rewarded both with career progression, recognition in the business, as well as obviously remuneration. But technical people do cap out. You do get to a point where, and we had this numerous times. We had this numerous times in our businesses over the years where it's an education piece. Like technical people know they're really good. They know they add value and they know they can knock projects out of the park and do stuff almost with their eyes closed. But at some point, their ability to, and I guess I just want to caveat this. I'm talking about this through the lens of staff members, because obviously then you've got options. Do you make that technical person, do you give them profit share? Do you look at bringing them on as a shareholder? Do you look at directorship in the business? And that's a different skill set, and that's a different conversation for today. I'm talking purely about technical people who are great at what they do that may have overinflated expectations overinflated expectations about what salary they can pull in the marketplace. So technical people know they're really good at what they do and they know they add value. But at some point, you can't pay them anymore because it just doesn't make sense. Because you've got budgets on your projects, you've got a certain amount that you can charge per hour. And if you've exhausted all the increasing your rates, increasing your fees, all those sorts of things, there's only so much that you can do to pay a technical person more. Why? Because they're not stepping up to that next level in the business, which is leadership and business development, and taking things off your plate as a business owner that also add value. Because running a business, as you know, is not just delivering technical work. You've got team culture, you've got leadership, you've got you as a business owner. Like how are you elevating your time, and how are you delegating to people around you to free up your time to focus on that next big thing or that next bigger picture thing in the business? Like there's all these things to consider. Like, let's be honest, technical delivery of your projects is only like a part of that. So technical people they've got a cap. They've got a ceiling on their earning potential in your business purely because of the numbers of the projects. Like there's no point making a loss on every single project that particular person works on because you want to pay them because they think they're worth 250K a year as a technical person in your business. So it's about recognizing, and I think a lot of the times, and this is what we talk to on the call, is with our boardroom member, it's education. Like I've had so many of these chats with technical people who want the pay rises and they want to go here, there, and everywhere, and sitting down and going, well, unless you, like, there is a ceiling, there is a cap on your ability as a technical person in terms of your salary. And unless you then take on like a leadership role in the business, unless you then move into like business development and winning work and helping to grow and expand the business, there's only so much that I can continue to pay you. And like I've had that conversation so many times and just sat down and just like, you just do the numbers on projects and go like, here's the fee, here's your salary, here's how much I pay you, here's your hours to do it. Like you're going to get quicker and quicker, but you're not going to get infinitely quicker and quicker. So it's about sitting down and having those realistic expectations with your technical people and then just talking them through the options. And again, like you've got to, this is very different for very different personality types. So typically technical people just like doing their technical work and they're not necessarily interested in leadership. But if they are interested in leadership, you could say, great, let's talk about progressing you into a team leader role as an example, and you can start to dial back your technical delivery, take on a bit more leadership in the team, start to talk to you about doing some business development and taking on client relationships. Because once they can start to see that path, and because that's taking stuff off you as a business owner, there is value in that and there is worth paying a higher salary for that, which is why typically people in like project management roles, team leader roles, get paid more than often more experienced people in technical roles, is because they're managing a team, they've moved into leadership, they're winning work, and all of that stuff that the team leader is doing is taking work and responsibility off you as a business owner, which frees you up to focus on more high value tasks. Therefore, that is more valuable, or that is perceived to be more valuable. So yeah, it's really just sitting down with those technical people and going, yep, I understand you want to get paid more, but here's kind of the cap with you technically. If you want to keep to progress your career and move into more of a leadership role, we can talk about that. In my experience, like it's can be hard from a personality trait point of view to get people who have been in a technical role all of their career to transition across into that sort of more that leadership capability and quality where they're required to have hard conversations with clients on fees and like talk to team about budgets and deadlines and like manage all that stuff. Typically technical people want to just turn up to work every day and do what they do best, which is smash projects out of the park. So I guess there's no silver bullet to that discussion, but you've just got to navigate it honestly and navigate it with the numbers and just sit down and talk them through the cap on their wages and that sort of stuff. Talk to them about the alternative career path if they want to go down that, and the potential remuneration increases if they did go down that path. But you've got to step back really from that conversation and go, before I go into that, do I want to be offering that leadership pathway to this particular person? Because honestly, I've seen and experienced, have so many examples of amazingly technically sound people who are great at what they do in terms of projects and calcs and knocking that stuff out of the park. They get offered a leadership role and they think that that's what they want, so they go and take it, and it turns out they're just not built for that stuff. They hate it, they resent it, it's not their personality type, and then they're looking after a team of 5 or 6 or 20 people that have a leader who doesn't want to be there and doesn't want to be doing that. They'd rather just be doing the technical stuff. So you've just got to really think about, if you're having those conversations or going into those conversations, do I even want to offer that pathway to this particular person? Because is that going to be the best thing for my business? Yeah, I think hopefully that helps, team. Just think through a number of those different scenarios. All right, I think that's enough on that particular topic. All right, team. So if you want to keep doing the business owner journey thing on your own, we obviously have a ton of free resources to help you keep doing that. Podcast, YouTube channel, you kind of name it, it is there. But if you'd like to get some help, if you want to follow a roadmap and a pathway, be able to bounce ideas off people who have been there and done that, and just get the help and support of an amazing community of business owners, we'd love to invite you to have a chat to us about Boardroom and how it can help you build your business faster. So if that's you, please reach out. Let's have a chat about you and Boardroom and how we can help you build your business. Have an epic day.